delays. Traveling south on the 405, approaching Seal Beach Boulevard around midnight on a day mostly forgettable. I see a flashing sign that warns me to expect delays. As if on cue, all the cars in front of me stop, and I slam on the brakes because I didn't expect this. I squint. The lights blend together in a luminous sea of red. Red is anger. Red is passion. Red is danger. I'm almost 40 years old and I'm not a poet yet. My novel has gone through stops and starts, stops and starts, stops and starts, with no end in sight yet. My wife moved 400 miles away to a city whose gravitational pull on my heart keeps me in orbit with nowhere to safely land yet. I have no children yet. But I've already prepared to mourn their loss. Well, I've tried for nearly 10 years to mourn the loss of an uncle, but I haven't figured out how yet. And yet, and yet, and yet. If I had expected this, would it have turned out differently? I exit the freeway because I have no patience for delays. I take the longer route to keep moving, moving, moving. Pacific Coast Highway is like a depleted mine on nights like these, and the sordid heat of what would be spring in most places beyond California stifles even at this late hour. My movement is audible as I speed along the uneven road, generating my own wind, which crashes violently against the windows of the car until a red light at Warner Avenue forces me to stop again. I turn right at the Jack in the Box to keep from remaining idle. But it's a dead end. I park in the empty lot, run to Bolsa Chica State Beach, stumble across the sand because it's hard to walk on with shoes. I can't see the waves, but I know they're there because I can hear them. Roaring and shushing, roaring and shushing, roaring and shushing. Like an ancient clock keeping time but not counting the seconds or minutes or hours or days or months or years or decades or centuries or millennia or ages or epochs or eras or eons. What is time made of after all? I look up at the sky. The moon is red. Red is love. Red is joy. Red is happiness. I've never seen a red moon, and I wonder if it has been red before. I've passed below without noticing, if it even matters what color the moon is. My balance in the sand becomes less stable, though I'm not moving. The sound of the waves becomes louder and louder. The hue surrounding the moon becomes redder and redder, until a cloud passes over and it disappears. All is black for a moment, and I'm only moving with the earth, hurtling through space at speeds I cannot feel.